Hey everyone, it's Tori and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. For today's video, we're going to be setting up my brand new reading and media journal for the last few months of 2024. I've recently run out of room in my first reading and media journal that was supposed to last me the entire year, so I decided to use this one from my never-ending collection of Archer and Olive journals. This is the 8x8 size, and I'm not sure if this specific style is in stock right now, but I thought it would be so perfect for September through December with all the beautiful fall leaves on the cover and also the gold edges. By the way, I am an affiliate with Archer and Olive, and you can use my code CMCG10 for 10% off your order at archerandolive.com if you want to save some money. They actually just had a Halloween launch yesterday, and I picked up my reading and media journal for next year, and I can't wait to share. All of my supplies I'll be using for this setup will be linked below, and now let's get into the first page of this journal, which is my name page. I'm going to keep things simple and anxiety-free by stamping out my name on this craft paper sticky note and pasting it onto the lines with my Tombow tape runner. It's a lot less stressful than actually writing your name in your journal, so I definitely recommend this method. I'm adding some sparkles, which end up being everywhere in this journal by the end of the setup, and I'm also writing September through December 2024 underneath because I know I'm only spending 4 months in this journal. I got some stickers off of RedBubble to use in this specific journal setup, but also for my 2025 journal and some pages specific to ACOTAR because I'm rereading that series right now, and I'm planning to make dedicated spreads for each book in this journal. I'm putting this sticker of books that are titled with Taylor Swift album names in the bottom corner, and I knew I wanted to add this right at the beginning because, as you may know from my videos or if you follow me on Instagram, I've been centering each monthly theme in my reading and media journal around Taylor Swift albums this year, and it's been so much fun. I also added this TBR definition that's going in the top corner with some ripped craft paper behind it, and after adding in some more sparkles, this is my name page complete, and we're moving on to my 2024 TBR spread. I always tape these two pages together in the beginning of all my journals because they're already kind of stuck together at the spine, so in my mind that renders this page useless to me. So we're going to flip over to the first 2-page spread of this journal for my TBR. I already outlined and boxed off a bunch of pages off camera, as well as stamped out and added headers, because I knew this video would be way too long if I didn't, so you'll notice that some pages are already pre-prepped for me, just so I can start decorating and sticking book covers in. Over on the left side of this spread, I have 12 boxes for 12 books that I want to prioritize reading before the end of the year, 5 of those being the ACOTAR series. As I previously mentioned, I'm rereading that series this year, and I've only ever listened to it in the past, and I've listened to the first couple books like 3 times each. So I'm actually reading and annotating my physical copies this time around, and I'm having such a good time tabbing things and writing notes in the margins, and just living in Sarah J. Maas's world. It's the best. Some other books I want to read before the end of the year are a couple Kristen Hanna books, and I'm actually waiting for those on my Libby app, and also some Lori Gilmore books that are super cozy and fall and winter vibes. Really excited for those. The right side is going to be a place for a running TBR list, and after setting up a couple TBR lists in my journals in the past, I realized I never ever have enough room to write all the books I want to read, so I gave myself 2 entire columns on this page. I added this sticker at the bottom of an iced coffee that says I like my books spicy and my coffee icy because I thought it was funny. And with my 2024 TBR spread complete, we're moving on to quite possibly my favorite reading journal spread I've ever made, which is my reading tracker. Okay, so this bookshelf page is completely inspired by this picture, I'll have it on the screen here, that I found on Pinterest. I know so many people make bookshelf pages like this in their reading journals, and I've always wanted to, but I'm not going to lie, I am usually too lazy to go all out with a spread like this. It takes so long to prep and pencil in, and it takes even longer to draw and color everything in, but since it's fall and spooky season and cozy season, and this whole journal is dedicated to that time of year, I thought the time and effort to bring the spread together was necessary. I love the window with the night sky, I love the plants and the hanging plant going over the window and into the books on the shelf. I love the little extra clutter items all around, like candles and the frame of this coffee mug and these mushrooms in the glass display case, and just everything about the spread makes me happy. I'm so glad I put in the time to doodle everything in, and now I'm feeling like I need to do this again for 2025. Maybe something even more like Sarah J. Maas related, since I'm planning to finish Throne of Glass and Crescent City next year. We'll have to see, but this tracker's giving me so much happiness. Oh, by the way, this isn't just a decorative spread, I should probably explain what this is for. So you'll see that I have about 40 rectangles that represent all the books I read in 2024, and right above the plant in the bottom right corner is a key that says physical and audio. So I just color each book based on if I read the physical copy or if I listened to it on Libby or Audible, and then I add in the title to the book spine as well. So yeah, I can't wait to see how the spread is all filled up, and I'm actually going to add in the books that I read in the first 2/3 of the year to the spread too, just so I can have a more complete looking tracker by the end of the year. I went to color in the moon and add stars with my gold Uniball Signo gel pen, but I realized it was completely dried up, so I found this gold marker that I'm pretty sure came with like a random scrapbook set from Amazon a few years ago, so that's what I improvised with. It's not super metallic like the Uniball Signo one, but it's fine, I can live with it. As for the right spread, that has space for my reading and media goals, and also my book series tracker. I'm not going to add anything to that right now, but I do add a sticker in the corner later in the video, and after coloring everything in and adding some final touches to this beautiful reading tracker bookshelf, we're flipping over to my 5-star reads of 2024 spread. I wanted somewhere in my journal dedicated to all the books that I gave 5 stars this year, and unsurprisingly, most of them were rereads from this year. If you haven't watched my first reading and media journal setup for 2024, I'll actually have that linked in the cards if you want to check it out. But in that video, I explained that I wanted to prioritize rereading my favorite series this year, which are Harry Potter and A Court of Thorns and Roses. I spent the first half of the year rereading Harry Potter, and there's 4 total 5-star reads from that series, and I'm adding those book covers in the boxes that I made off camera, and I'm also adding the first 3 books of ACOTAR to the spread too, even though I'm not finished with that series yet. I already know they're 5-star books for me, and I already know I'll finish them before the end of the year, so I just stuck them in. The other 5-star reads are new books that I read this year, which are Daisy Jones and the Six, The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches, and The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, which I think is going to be my favorite for the whole year. But I'll wait till December to fill in that box down at the bottom of the spread. After adding in some flower stickers, we're heading over to the spread dedicated to my book club. I joined a book club with some friends this year, and it's been such a fun experience. I've been reading books that I would never have picked up otherwise, and I've been enjoying getting together every month or so to chat about the book with them. So I have space to add in the book covers of each book that was picked to be read this year by our book club, as well as space to write who picked it and also my personal star rating of each book. I totally forgot to print out the book covers for this page, so I'll add in those off camera, but I'll have a picture here of what it currently looks like. My current book club read for this month is The Housemaid. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called, and I'm actually really excited to read it. I've heard great things about it. I added a bunch of stickers down at the bottom because I had this huge space that I didn't know what else to do with. I love this juice box that says Tamlin's Tears, which for those of you who don't know, it's an ACOTAR reference. I thought it was hilarious. After adding in some ripped paper and more sparkles, that is my book club spread complete, and we're moving on to my shows and movies related spreads. So my to be watched page is already completed because I totally forgot to hit record, so that's really cool. That's just a place for me to write movies and shows I want to watch or track. Super simple anyway. And then over on the right side, this is dedicated to my favorite movie rewatch marathon. Again, I talked about this in my first reading and media journal setup video, but in addition to rereading my 2 favorite series, I decided to watch 1 favorite movie per month as well. I'm just living my best book reread and movie rewatch life right now. So in my first reading and media journal, I had 12 movie covers around the spread, and I would just check off which ones I watched as I watched them. But since we're already 9 months into the year, I wanted to kind of put the movies in order for this spread in my new journal. I referenced my first journal spreads to put the movie covers in each box in order from January through August, and for September through December, I'm going to keep the movie covers in the back pocket of this journal so I can add them as I watch them. I actually watched 2 favorite movies in April, which was The Proposal and 16 Candles, and that's because about halfway through the month, I saw that 16 Candles was leaving Netflix, and I realized I didn't have a DVD of it. So yeah, I only put The Proposal in April's box because that was the first one I watched, so sadly 16 Candles doesn't get a dedicated space on this spread, but maybe I'll find it and rewatch it again in December. I used my Tombow Food Noseke soft tip brush pen to make these black blobs that I thought kind of could pass as black tape on the top of each box, and I wrote the months in with my Uniball Signo white gel pen. And with this spread complete, we're moving on to the last spread of the setup, which is dedicated to my monthly journal themes in 2024. These sticker sheets are from liviejeanart. I'm pretty sure that is what it's called on Etsy. I'll have those linked down below if you're interested. As I mentioned in the beginning of this video, I have been dedicating my monthly themes in this journal to each Taylor Swift album, and I like to add in these stickers into my cover page and the spreads dedicated to my books read and what I watched each month. Only recently did I realize that the titles of each album are also stickers on these sheets, so I thought making a spread showing which album I did for each month would be a great use of these stickers. Taylor Swift came out with a new album after I ordered these stickers, so I don't have a sheet dedicated to the Tortured Poets department, but I just printed out the logo and added it in later. But that was so nice of her to come out with another album because now we have 12 total, including her Christmas album, for all 12 months of this year. You're actually getting a sneak peek to which months I'm planning to do the rest of her albums in this setup, which is cool. And with my 2024 themes spread complete, I'm going to quickly add some finishing touches to my reading tracker pages before flipping through everything. Like I mentioned before, I'm just adding this Romantasy reader sticker to the bottom corner, and for some reason I thought I didn't already have enough going on my bookshelf, so I added in some sparkles, and now we can get into the final flip through. We are now entering the final flip through portion of today's video, and I want to encourage you all to comment down below what your favorite book is that you read so far this year, and also a leaves emoji if you made it to the end. I appreciate you all so much. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe while you're here. Also, don't forget to check out my bullet journal social medias. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!